I'm gonna get on with Guilds of Ravnica builds. I tried, I think the first one for Celestia, I aimed for Brawl, but in this one I've gathered a few more cards, and so I'm gonna go for Commander. I'm gonna first do Jarad, who goes to Jarad and buys diamonds, and then I'm gonna do Niv Mizzet. Okay, so I've got a bunch of cards in here to do this with. I've got some assistance from my friend, another light. I'm gonna start adding artificial light, and I think I would like at some point to transition completely to artificial light. I'm getting tired of some days not filming just because the light, you know, it's cloudy, and it's been cloudy recently. It is today, you know, it's just a cloudy day, and so all right, let's get going. I'm gonna take my time. So if you like these types of builds, this should be fun. So these are all my creatures, and these are my non-creatures. So I'm gonna run through the cards that I have. The selection that I have today is all either return to Ravnica Block or cards that will be in standard when the new Ravnica set hits in a few weeks. So I've got Jarad, and I think this build is going to be with this dude. I'm not sure if the Niv Mizzet build is going to be around Niv Mizzet. I'll just get going with this one, and it'll be a couple of videos for each. And I'm going to take my time. So here we have Jarad. These are mana ordered. I'm just going to go through the cards that I have in the selection first, and then I'll start doing picks. The thing that I like about this card is that you can put counters. They're a little heavy as a 4-drop, so I'm not crazy about that. And this is a nice foil. A must-have these days, I think. We have access to multiple mana dorks in Commander, but I try to do Commander builds that are very budget. I'm not trying to throw in here all of the best cards that can be put in Commander, and I'm going to continue to do that. I'm going to continue to do budget Commander builds that are built out of whatever is in Standard, and I think most of the cards that can come out of cheap packs. There are a few expensive cards that sometimes I put in, but I don't put that many. So I try to go real cheapo. Okay. Cannot be blocked. It's still just a 1/1/1. You can sack it for a token. Jarad isn't really going crazy on tokens. A red-green build is about... where is Jarad? Jarad with his diamonds. Jarad is about sacking and hitting the opponent for life with the sack, and putting tokens with creature cards in your graveyard. So tokens don't go in your graveyard, of course. So they're not. Token strategy is not that great with Jarad. Diamonds work. Of course, when something dies, you get a benefit. This card is perfect for Jarad. This card is perfect for Jarad and pretty much any other deck that you can have the mana for. I mean, it's just a beast. I'm not sure if it's banned or not in Commander. I wouldn't know. But my builds are house builds, and you can make up your own rules. I mean, I don't think I need to go through Deathrite Shaman. Maybe I'll go through the dude when I go into the specific build. And you can bet that he's going to be in it. For sure. I'm not sure about this guy. He's still a 1/1/1. Never played him when he was in Standard, even though the scavenge cost is 0. Explore is really good because you can put things in your graveyard. Kicker is good, period. Don't matter where. Dropping extra land is very good. A mana dork. I'm not sure that the mana dorking for kicker is going to be relevant in a Commander build. just because there just aren't going to be enough cards for that. More explore goodies. Let me pick up a few more. Got a pretty big stack of nice critters for this build. More scavenge, but the scavenge cost is gigantic. 6. I never played this dude in standard, in constructed. More like a limited card. Cannot be countered. That's very nice. Very nice. Vigilance is also nice, even though it's only a 1/1. A 3. Well, actually, I take it back. It's a 3/1. Very good. Never mind. Never mind. Sometimes I look through the viewer of the camcorder instead of looking at the card. And that actually hurts my eyes. So I'm going to try to remind myself constantly not to look through the viewer and instead look at the card. I'm going to try to see if I have a good selection of the tribes of Ixalan. I think that's going to be important for fun builds in the fall. Once Guilds of Ravnica hits, there are some really sweet tribe-specific cards in Ixalan, and I don't want them to go to waste. So I think I'm going to try to have vampires, and also knights are favored in the Dominaria. So this guy would be really good if you put things that are knight related in your Jarad deck. If you turn it into, I think junk is what's called white, black, green. Then you would have all your knights from Dominaria, which are in white and black. This guy's good. Hexproof from white. Can't hit it with Path to Exile or Swords to Plowshares. This guy's good. Hits your opponent's hand. And it's also a pirate. It's only a pirate. It's not like a, pirate knight. It's not a twofer in Ixalan. Great life linker, although you're not in white-black, you don't really care so much about gaining life in this deck. You do care about things that replace themselves with something when they go to the graveyard. They give you anything that gives you a benefit. If you sack it, is good. I think this card would be good in Jarad. Vampires. Drawing a card is fantastic, so I think this is a reasonable common. And having flying and lifelink is also fantastic. Okay, let's pick more from the pile. Write me in the comments if you like the pace that I'm going at. I like to take my time with these cards. I love Ravnica. I'm just crazy in love with the whole Ravnica thing. Probably going to take a line of credit on my house in the next couple of months. Buying Ravnica 3 cards. Nice. A rat. Love the rats. Death Touch. It gets a counter if you decide to go for Unleash. Or Unleash. Not Unleash. L-E-E-C-H. Gets big. With creatures in your opponent's graveyard. This will be much better in a Demir and a blue-black deck because you're milling your opponent and you're naturally going to drop a bunch of creatures in their graveyard, especially in Standard, which is heavy on creatures. You don't have a lot of strategies where you're hitting your opponent with discard and you have hardly any creatures in your deck. Another Unleash common. Didn't play this guy that much, but it has a low regeneration cost, only 1 black. The Guild Mage from Golgari from Ravnica 2. I really didn't use these guys at all when I was playing Constructed. There was always another card at this casting cost that I would always use. I even remember always building the deck, putting them in, and then saying, nah, I've got this other great 2-drop. And one thing also, and these are the 2-drops. So if I can pick, like, say, something like this. This is a good example, okay? This card is way easier to cast than this card, especially if you have a peasant mana base. If your mana base is not totally fantastic, this guy is just really hard to cast early game when you want to cast early game. So So a 1 black and a 1 green is way better than a red than a black green in almost any circumstance. That's what I found out, and I played these cards a lot when they were in standard. This dude is really powerful, super annoying to play against, easy to regenerate. You discard and you put a counter on it. It's got trample. This troll is great. This is a really, really good card. I hope Ravnica 3 has a good card that does kind of like this thing. Not sure you care too much about token strategy in Golgari. I'm just showing the cards here that could go in. Some of them are not. Not sure that a triple green is going to work out, even though it's a great critter. I'm probably going to put it in, even though it's beautiful. It's a great card. I'm not in 3 colors, so I'm not willing to pay 2 mana for an extra color. So this guy's probably not going to go in. Digging from the top 5 cards of your library with a creature is very good. To dig for whatever it is. It doesn't matter that it's a land. It could be anything. You're digging and looking at the top 5 of your cards, and you're not putting them in your graveyard. It would be amazing if you could put it in your graveyard, but it's still pretty good. Reclamation Sage does not need an introduction. I mean, it's got a natural life stapled onto it. That's fantastic. Blood Rush is the Gruul ability in Ravnica 2. So, but again, you know, it's a green card, so it can be used in a Golgari deck. And Blood Rush is an aggressive strategy, so that's not bad. And you get to discard it, so it goes into your graveyard. So actually, Blood Rush has a really nice crossover with Golgari. And this is a straight up Golgari limited card with a black ability. It gets lifelink. That's nice. I never played it. This dude is good. Each other creature you control, so it's a great buffer for a big attack. Nice that you can return it to your hand, but it's for 5. Still, it's nice. Not gonna say no to it. A pirate. I think we're gonna be looking at pirates, looking at things from Ixalan, because at some point when I get my new Ravnica 3 cards, I'm going to take out all the Ravnica 2 cards and switch them in for Ravnica 3 cards. And it's all going to be standard. All the builds that I make are going to be standard only. Standard Brawl and even Standard Commander, just for fun. I just want to do it. These are great. The tutors, the 4, I think there are 4 of them. Tutors in Ixalan for the 4 tribes that the blog is built around, I think are fantastic cards. And I want to pull more rivals pretty much only for the, well, I like the double cards too, the lands, the enchantments that become lands, the flip lands are called. That's a proper title in my opinion. Okay, so I'm gonna stop here and keep going with the creatures in the next video.